Three, two, one. Welcome to Football and AI, another episode of your premier football prediction show live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. As usual, I'm not alone, and as always, my name has not changed. My name is Adeyemi Adesoya. I'm joined by Dr. Oluseyi Akidende. He is the man behind the AI that is seeking to knock humanity off its controlling perch. Shay, welcome to the show today. Hello, Shay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much. It's good to be on the show once again, and hopefully this week will be a good one.
The oil that is fueling the I think is getting closer and closer. It's getting better and better. Of course, we have our special guest in the house today, Ubani. Ubani is a teenager who just knocked the SSC out of the ballpark, and he's looking to knock the AI out of the ballpark as well. Ubani, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you today?
I'm very well.
All right. So let me start with Shay. Shay, very interesting last week. The AI and our special guest last week, Emeka Cairo, shout out to Emeka Cairo, were logged at 5-5. The scores was 5-5 going into Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester City. And as at the 90th minute, I changed the Excel to reflect that the AI got 3 points for getting the correct score at 1-2. Only for Gabriel Jesus to score in added time to make it 1-3. And the 3 points had to go to Emeka. And that's how Emeka won our prize, which is a 10,000 naira cash last week. It was very, very interesting that I had already thought that, yes, the AI had equalized, but somehow humanity through Gabriel Jesus prevailed. Shay? I'm sure you were watching that game last week. And you were
Yeah,
like,
I was. There were two. There were actually. Yeah, well, there were two games I had that feeling. That was the Arsenal game when Arsenal scored.
Yeah.
I predicted 1-1, and then the last. Then the second one, I was almost like, jumping up for joy in the night. I mean, I was like, when the time was almost up, I was like, okay. But then Gabriel Jesus, that had always yapped, went on to score. So, but it is what it is, and for me, to be honest with you, I'd rather have the AI predict 2 or 3 perfect scores than predict results, because that's I'd rather have a score, like even if it's just 1 or 2. To me, I mean, it's at the end of the day, and it's easier to predict some games than to predict scores.
Yeah.
So when that match was almost, especially the Arsenal game and the last game, the Man City game, I was almost like, okay, if you could get those 2 scores, even if the other winner was, took home the points, it would sort of like be a mini moral victory for the AI.
Yeah, there was also no way the AI was going to predict a Leeds 4-3 and a Spurs 2-5. And
exactly.
Even Everton 2-5 as well.
Exactly. There was no way, and then there was no way it was going to predict that there was going to be a red card in the the Chelsea game. So those are some of the things that we're still machines can still not handle for now.
Well, it's a good one. At least there's a bit of an improvement. 6 points
from the first,
as against I think 3 points the previous week. So the AI is getting closer. The technology is getting to understand the form, which of course a lot of the two guests we've had have told us that whilst instinct is a primary consideration for them, form also goes into reckoning for them to make predictions. So let's go to Ubani. Ubani, so you're out of secondary school. You have your whole life ahead of you. So what's your plan? What do you want to study in university? Ubani, can you hear me?
Sir,
Yeah, I said, so what do you want to study in university since you're out of secondary school?
mm, I want to
Can you
study
hear
computer
me?
science. I want to be able to develop all this kind of Premier League. I want to join the Premier League. I want to join the association of the Premier League.
Hmm. Hmm. But from the technical side.
Sorry, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said you like to do
I
computer
can.
science.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so you would like to do computer science and you would like to work with the Premier League from the technical side.
Computer science.
Can you hear me at all? Hello, Ubani, can
I
you hear
can
me?
hear you.
So I need you to give me a response. Okay, do you play football at all? Hello, Ubani. I think
It
we're
looks like
having
there's probably
technical.
some problem with his audio.
Yeah, I think we're having a bit of a technical glitch. Ubani, I'm going to take you out, so you're going to have to come back. Just a second. Okay, Shay, let me come back to you. Um, let's look at some of the features or some of the things that the AI does. So, can you take us through some examples of artificial intelligence in use? Can Shay hear me? I think we're going to have some network issues today. Shay, are you there? Wow. Hello, Shay, are you there? Okay, Shay is having some technical issues. Okay. Ubani, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, but you were not saying anything. You were not responding to me.
I was. I think it's my
Ah,
mic.
okay, but I couldn't hear you. Okay, so I can hear you now. So I asked you, you said you wanted to study computer science
Yes, sir.
and you like to work with the Premier League from the technical side.
Yes.
What's so fascinating about the Premier League for you?
Everything is fascinating to me. The games, uh, the hype, the players.
The hype. You had to go there and say the hype, which some of us are not very happy about. But hey, it is what has built the probably the biggest league product in the world today. That hype, the hype machinery that they have supporting the Premier League. Do you play football at all, Ubani?
I do.
What position do you play?
I'm a center forward.
Oh, so are you a Martial type center forward, or you are an Igalo type center forward, or you're a Lukaku type center forward? Which one are you?
I don't even know which one is better. I think Marcel is better. He's more
Okay.
consistent than all of them.
Okay. I'm not. This is not a show for me to argue with you, but it's fine. All right. So good luck. Good luck with the things that you're looking at to do, and I
Thank
hope
you.
you have your predictions ready to go when we come
Yes, sir.
back to you. So Sheyi, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm back. I don't know what's
Okay.
happening, but I'm back now. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that let's take some of the some examples of artificial intelligence in use.
Well, there are quite a number of artificial intelligence in use. There are different aspects of AI. It's, outside of this numerical one where you use for predictions. There are AI. There are AIs used for object recognition. For instance, you can program an AI to recognize any kind of object. The AI is used in medical imaging, for instance, where I mean you could just do a scan, and it will automatically detect from a scan if whatever ailment you're suffering from, be it the type of cancer or the type of clot or what have you. So there are AIs. The major use of AI right now that it seems to be in the news headlines most of the time is in self-driving cars. Where a car can self. I mean, they're already using it to deliver goods and services abroad, where you just you don't need to have a driver in the car. And then they use it for long haul trucks as well. Those long delivery trucks, they are AI powered. There are AIs that are used for image classification. There are a lot of uses for AI, and it's only going to get more predominant the technology improves. You see, there are organizations too that are using it, for like primarily what I do as well is to help organizations, whether you're a big telco, a big manufacturing company, or an oil and gas industry. They have all these devices where you have to be able to take measurements and predict failure rates, predict customer retention, customer churn, the profit you expected. I mean, when you look at all these research institutes where they, like even WHO, like from the data we have, they can easily predict how many COVID patients are going to come from so part of the world. Those are prediction models that they've built. That's even World Bank and IMF. They use it to know, okay, how much are we going to give this country, how much are we going to loan them. Even financial institutions, banks, for instance, if you are subscribed to some of these fintechs that do lending, loan, so sometimes you find out that you want to loan, say, ₦1 million, but the request comes back and tells you, we can only loan you 200,000 because based on your history, we've seen that you don't earn more than this, and you are, they've categorized you. So they have all those prediction models that informs them using data to so there are a lot of, it has several applications in several fields and several industries.
I came across something that's called the Turing test, and I wanted you to shed some light on what that means in relation to artificial intelligence.
Well, Turing test is it's just a way to see if an AI or robot can actually think like a human being. So think about the easiest example I can use is a chat bot. Now, when you go onto like your bank and they have all these chat bots and you want to complain about your accounts and your balance and all that. Now, if you're talking to a normal customer service person, if you ask any question outside of the scope, there's a way that person will handle it. So you may be talking about balance requisition, or you want to pay for something, and the customer service will answer you in a way. Now, if you go onto the chatbot and you start to ask questions that were not pre-programmed in that chatbot, it will not be able to, tell you. You will not be able to. It will just give you some kind of generic answer, like "I'll get back to you." Now, when you are set to have passed the Turing test, is when your AI can actually behave and think like a normal human being. So that's what the Turing test is all about.
Interesting. So it takes a lot. There's still a lot of refining to do with respect to getting the final product and tuning it to satisfy certain elements of human living. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. Which is why we don't really have the AI we have is, they call it weak AI. We don't have artificial general intelligence. So you can program an AI to do a specific task. Unlike a human being is rational. A human being, if you tell a robot to go to your, if you program a robot to say, look, go to my room, on my desk, you see a pen, bring it for me. Now, if you tell a human being to go to your room and you tell him on your desk there's a pen, if he finds the pen on the floor, the rationality is that the human being will still pick it up because he's rational. But a robot would not pick it up because you have only programmed it to check on the table, even though the pen is on the ground and it still sees it. So that's why, there's still a lot of work to be done with AI data fine-tuning.
Yeah, I remember that last week we spoke about weak AI just before we addressed machine learning last week. Let's go to Ubani. So Ubani, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so if you're going to predict a match, right, what do you first consider? What do you first take into consideration?
Their current, I think their players, the state of their players and their current form.
State of their players and their current form. So, for instance, um, Chelsea will be playing, and the moment you know that Kai Havertz or Timo Werner is not going to play, it probably changes your prediction, right?
Yes, does.
It does. So,
But
what
it, it also
con-
it also
continue?
depends on the squad depth.
Okay. So, for instance, when you saw them, the lineup against Barnsley, you know there was no Timo Werner, there was Kai Havertz, there was Thiago Silva. Did you have your reservations about Chelsea defeating Barnsley or even being able to score 6 goals?
No, I don't think so.
You didn't think so.
I
Okay,
didn't think
so players in the starting lineup, players available, and their form.
so. Yes.
Okay, so you are the first person that is telling us on the show players' availability. Form is consistent. Yeah, I believe I'm correct. Form is consistent. The only thing Ubani didn't mention is instinct.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because instinct seems to be the prevalent consideration for those that have predicted on the show. So last week, I think the only shock result we had, considering all that was put out by Emeka and the AI, was Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. So yeah, I believe I'm correct because both went
Yes.
for
For a
both
Man U.
parties went for United win, and you both went 2-0, 2-0. Unfortunately, United lost, or is it fortunately for whoever is concerned, lost that game 1-3. But I also said last week that when you and Rebecca were predicting, I said last season Palace went away to Old Trafford and won. But obviously, the things put into consideration involves the long history in that time and
Yeah.
how quote unquote dominant United have been over the years. Unfortunately, that one went out of the window. Another one that I think was interesting, um, Everton 2-0. Obviously, they scored 5. Leeds 3-1, they scored 4. The one that probably missed out just a little bit, which was for Emeka, was Arsenal West Ham. Emeka went 3-1. You went 1-1. So you were close until the 80 something minute. Emeka was close, hoping that another goal would come in after Arsenal went ahead. Another surprising one was the Southampton Spurs. Emeka went 2-2, you went 2-1 Spurs. So somehow Spurs changed the complexion of that prediction. Right. So let's go to this weekend's games.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, the standard fixture this weekend is Liverpool versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
Liverpool have a fantastic record against Arsenal, especially in the last 2-3 years. I'm not sure Liverpool have not scored less than 2 goals anytime they play Arsenal. In fact, if you go back, they have a 5-5, if I'm not mistaken, in
Yeah. In the
the
Carling Cup
Carabao
of last
Cup,
season. Carabao Cup
last
last.
season. So it's a game for goals, and of course, she is a Liverpool fan, and some people have a problem with the fact that he predicted in favor. The AI predicted in favor of Liverpool. Some of them are viewing this show today. I think we've lost Ubani. He'll probably come back up and give us his prediction. So let me just give you what I'm thinking, my own prediction this week.
Okay.
Let me also give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm looking at Brighton United. I'm looking at 1-1. United have had a torrid time going to the Amex Stadium of late, so I'm looking at 1-1. Palace
Okay.
Everton, I'm also looking at 1-1. Selhurst Park is a bit of a difficult place to go to. Yes, Everton have been
Yeah.
really, really good of late, but something tells me that those two
Come
perfect
back.
records, one of them is going to lose their perfect record. So 1-1. West Brom away at home to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win that one 1-2. Okay, Ubani is back. Okay. Burnley Southampton, I think that will end 1-1.
Okay.
Sheffield United Leeds. I think Leeds will go away to Sheffield United and win. And I hope I'm not giving Marcelo Bielsa too much credit in this one, but Sheffield United have started this season on a very bad note. Probably they're having a bout of second season syndrome. Spurs versus Newcastle. Spurs are
You
in
didn't, you
very
didn't,
good
you
form.
didn't, you didn't talk about. You didn't mention the scoreline for.
1-2, 1-2. Sheffield
Okay. One.
United leads 1-2.
Okay. Okay.
Spurs, Newcastle. The Magpies scored a ton of goals at the in midweek in the Carabao Cup. I suspect they scored all the goals they need to score at the weekend. So I expect Spurs to win 2-1. Man
Okay.
City, Leicester. Also a game that produces goals. Man City to win 3-1. I think City are in a very good place. Even though yesterday they struggled a little bit against Bournemouth yesterday, but once they have the full complement of their squad, I think they'll be fine. West Ham, Wolves. Wolves are looking good. Forget about the result against Man City. They've rejuvenated the side. They've added quality and depth into that squad. I think they'll win at West Ham 0-2 to keep the pressure on a certain David Moyes.
Zero,
Fulham Villa
zero what?
0-2.
Okay.
Fulham Villa, I think that will be a draw again. 1-1 for that one. And finally, for the big game of the weekend, Liverpool versus Arsenal is on Monday night. I think Liverpool will win 3-1. So those are my predictions.
Okay.
And we would go on now. So let's start with our guest. Ubani, are you ready? Hello, Ubani.
I think.
Sir, yes,
Are
Yeah.
you
Okay.
there?
sir,
Okay,
I'm here.
so let me have your predictions.
Yes, I
Brighton,
am.
Manchester United.
I'll go with a 3-1 victory for United.
1
Okay.
3 United. Okay.
Yes,
Crystal Palace, Everton.
2-1 Everton win. I think Everton looks
2
very
1.
good.
1-2 Everton. All right. West Brom, Chelsea.
I think Chelsea have not started the season very well. So I think they'll struggle to win, but it will be a 3-2.
3-2 in favor of Chelsea. Ubani,
Yeah, I think that was what he said. 2-3.
2-3 in
Sir,
favor of Chelsea. 2-3 in favor of Chelsea. Are you
yes,
there? 2-3 in favor of Chelsea, right? Okay, so Burnley,
I
Southampton.
am here. Yes,
Burnley, Southampton.
Burnley win 2-0.
Burnley
2-0,
win
Burnley.
2. Okay. Sheffield United leads.
3-2 in favor of Leeds.
3-2. 3-2 leads. Wow. 3-2 leads. Tottenham, Newcastle.
5-1.
5-1 for who?
Tottenham.
5-1.
Another 5 goals this weekend. Okay.
Manchester City, Leicester City.
3-1 in favor of City.
3-1 City. Ah.
Which city? They are both city.
Man
Manchester
City.
City. Manchester
Okay.
City. West Ham, Wolves.
2-0.
In favor of who?
Wolves.
Okay, so
At 0-2.
next time you say 0-2. Fulham, Aston Villa.
Okay. I think the game will end 1-2. Aston Villa win.
1-2 Villa.
1-2.
Okay. Yeah, 1-2. Liverpool, Arsenal. Ubani, Liverpool, Arsenal.
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. All right. So
Liverpool.
let's go to the AI who's looking to. Sheyi, you know, your
Yeah.
Bible will say,
3-1
yeah,
Liverpool.
I got your position. Sheyi, you know, your Bible will say, Kaka Komode
Yeah.
Pamila Yo, Wato Jorobo. Let's see if the AI
Uh,
can do
uh,
something.
can
Brighton, Brighton, Manchester United.
Brighton Manchester United 1-2.
1-2. Okay. Just one second. Sorry, Ushi, just one second. All right. Palace, Everton.
1-1.
1-1. We have the same on that one. West Brom, Chelsea.
1-3.
1-3. Burnley, Southampton.
1-1.
1-1. With me. Sheffield United, Leeds.
2-2.
2-2. Leeds will concede 2 goals again. Tottenham, Newcastle.
2-0.
Spurs 2-0. Man City, Leicester City.
3-1. I think we all went
3-1.
for the same. Mhm.
Yes, I think we're all in unison on that one. Western Wolves.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Fulham, Aston Villa.
1-1.
1-1 as well. 1-1. And the big game of the weekend, Liverpool versus Arsenal.
3-1. That's another all.
I think we're all in tandem on that one. Okay, very, very interesting. Let me look at where the two predictions differ. Um, Liverpool, Arsenal on the same page, even with me as well. Manchester City, Leicester, we are on the same page on that one. Um, I think the only Ubani doesn't have any draws in his own. Sheyi, you have one, two, three, four draws. Palace
5.
Everton draw. Southampton, Burnley, Southampton draw. Oh, five, yeah. Sheffield United is draw. Okay, five draws. West Ham Wolves draw. Fulham, Aston Villa draw. Interesting, interesting. So we wait till the weekend till the first ball is kicked, and I can't say may the best man win. So if it is the man that is the best, may the man win. And if it is the machine that is the best, may the machine win. Um, Obani, any parting words for us and those watching?
It's a pleasure to be here, and I want to say thank you to everyone.
It's a pleasure having you as well, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Hopefully, because we are leading 2-0 now, so maybe you make it 3-0 in favor of mankind. Shay,
Yeah.
any parting words?
Again, it's been nice to be here, and it's good to have to go against someone younger, fresher, more. Let's see how the machine performs with Ubani on the opposite side. So best of luck, Ubani, and I hope you come out tops as well for
You know,
confidence.
with younger people, with children, more or less, the reasoning is different.
Exactly.
And they say children are the ones that are closer to God. So for him to even go Tottenham 5, Newcastle 1, even though I know one person is not going to be happy with that prediction, our dear SOE, we have to wait. Ubani, if that result is 5-1, let me not say anything.
In
Thank
fact,
you.
if that result is 5-1, he will take this week's prize automatically, irrespective of any other score. Just because
Okay.
it is Ubani. So
We wait till then. All right, guys.
so that's your joke.
That's in fact proper joker. it's like captaining Human Song in Fantasy League last week.
Exactly. So
All right.
all
Thank
the
you
best.
everybody for
Thank
joining
you.
me and the rest of the guys on Football and AI today. Results to be out by Tuesday morning, so look out for it. Hopefully, like we said, Ubani comes out top. Oh, let's see, the AI gets even closer, just like last week. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.
Thank you.